Thanks for watching this live stream of Marion High School athletics on the Wildcat Gameday. The action is brought to you by the Swinford Media Group and all of our sponsors. Watermark Auto Group, John A. Logan College, Black Diamond Family of Businesses, Illinois Army National Guard, Deaconess Illinois Medical Center, Binkley-Ross Funeral Home, Legence Bank, First Southern Bank, Bank of Herrin, Banterra Bank, Garner State Farm Insurance, Paul Jacobs for Senate, SouthernTrust Bank, Marion Plumbing, Austin Dickson, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Anderson Boys Trash Service, The Roofing Guys, Anderson's Furniture, SIU Credit Union, Clark Natural Stone, Kemper CPA Group, Wit Wisdom, The Hub Recreation Center, The Print Shop, Blush and Ivory Bridal Boutique,
Hello and welcome to week 4 of the high school football season. Alongside Gage Johnson, I'm Riley Swinford. We have taken our Wildcat Gameday live stream operation on the road this week. For our furthest road trip of the season, we are coming to you live tonight from George Martz Field in Belleville, Illinois, the home of the Belleville Althoff Crusaders.
Yeah, Riley, and this is a non-conference game on paper tonight, but certainly not an unfamiliar place for these Wildcat coaches and program. Belleville Althoff, of course, was a member of the South 7 Conference from 2000 to 2023, and Marion made the trip up here to play the Crusaders every other year during that 23-year run. But tonight is the first time these two teams will link up on the gridiron since 2022, when the seniors on the field tonight were freshmen. So this will be the first chapter in this rivalry for everyone on the field.
We are here for the matchup back in 2022 when these teams last met, a game won by Althoff by the slimmest of margins, 31-30. But tonight, we write a new chapter in this long-standing rivalry. For the first time in 3 years, it's the Wildcats, it's the Crusaders. This is the Marion Stars Wildcat Game Day. Gage and I will set the stage and talk about this Week 4 matchup when we come back. Our Binkley-Ross Funeral Home pregame show is right around the corner. Stay with us.
Hi, Wildcat fans. I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's Watermark.
Once upon a time, there was an angry man with a few sprigs of golden hair. They called him Tony No-Locks. Tony No-Locks wanted to find the perfect pre-owned motorcycle that was just right. So off he went to visit Black Diamond Harley-Davidson. So Tony No-Locks jumped on a pre-owned Road Glide at a great price. Ah, this is just right, he exclaimed. Find what is just right for you and your family at Black Diamond Harley-Davidson.
The teachers are really good, they're understanding.
All of our faculty here teach from experience.
I love it. It's so hands-on. They want to see us succeed.
There's so many options, so many things they can choose from.
I wasn't just another statistic out there.
My advisors and my professors have been very helpful.
I've felt completely at home from the first day.
Everyone has been so welcoming and helpful and encouraging. It's made it really easy. So I would for sure recommend John A.
This is the Binkley-Ross Funeral Home pregame show here live at George Marks Field as we await kickoff between the visiting Marion Wildcats and host Belleville-Althoff Catholic Crusaders. Tonight in week 4 of the high school football season, we're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. I'm Riley Swinford alongside Gage Johnson. Ross Swinford is here on the controls. Bill and Sophia Swinford down on the field. But Gage, before we can talk about this week's matchup, let's first recap last week's big home win over Mount Vernon at Wildcat Stadium in a game where the final score really ended up surprising a lot of people, including us.
Yeah, we talked about it in the pregame during our Watermark Auto Group keys of the game. We expected a lot of points and expected it to be high scoring and expected it to come down to turnovers and some big plays. But what we did not expect was for it to be so one-sided for Marion in all of these areas. The game was back and forth early and tied up at 14-14, and we look up and all of a sudden Marion used a big second quarter to blow the game open.
So let's go ahead and recap it courtesy of the following report you can find in this week's print edition of the Marion Star newspaper by our reporter William Bateman. The visiting Rams had the ball first. A big third down sack by Alex Henry and Marley Benabi forced Mount Vernon to punt from the 15 and really set the tone.
Yeah, but Marion got off to a shaky start with a holding penalty and an incomplete pass, but it was quarterback Callahan Roper who found Junius Thomas over the top for a 12-yard gain. Then Roper was called down on a low snap that cost the Wildcats 5 yards, but the very next play, none other than senior play caller connected with Sam Atkins for a 33-yard touchdown, as Atkins surpassed the 1,000 career receiving yard mark on the play, and Marion went up 7-0.
Mount Vernon Jr. Jay Sean Staples returned the kickoff to the Rams 43, and then took handoffs from quarterback Kason Hughes for positive yardage on the first 2 plays of the drive. The third play was a 48-yard keeper by Hughes for a touchdown. We were all tied at 7.
The teams continued to trade big plays with Thomas hauling in a big pass from Roper for 68 yards to make it a 14-7 Marion lead, but the Rams answered with a 3-play drive resulting in a 36-yard touchdown run for Hughes. Tying up the game at 14, we were all thinking this was going to be a one-possession game down to the wire. Maybe the type of game where whoever had the ball last wins.
Right, but that's when the Wildcats started to take over. Marion's next drive started with a 17-yard catch by Atkins. Roper connected with Logan Hoffman for 7 yards, and Blake Winters ran for 6 more. Marcus Hazel got the ball in the three of the next 4 plays and put the Wildcats on the Mount Vernon 30 as the first quarter drew to a close.
Winters ran for 7 yards on the first play of the second, and then Thomas got a pass from Roper for the final 23, scoring his second touchdown to put the Wildcats up 21-14, and that's when the run started for the Cats.
Malachi Cooper had a pair of big defensive plays to help Marion break the game open. Cooper had a tackle for a 4-yard loss on Mount Vernon's first play of the drive. On third down, Hughes got the ball to Xavier Nesbitt, but the junior fumbled the ball. Cooper was there to recover it, putting the Wildcats in control in the Rams 44.
Alex Henry then got his first catch for 21 yards, and 2 plays later, Roper hit Winters for 12, and Hazel finished the drive with a 9-yard run to make it 28-14.
As the Rams attempted to stop the Marion momentum, a pass from Hughes was deflected and went to Marion's Hudson Wade, who got it down to the 2-yard line. Winters punched it in for the touchdown, and the lead was 21, and the route was on.
The Rams continued to struggle as Hughes was intercepted by Thomas. This time, the Wildcats were unable to get a first down and turn it over on downs. But Cooper and Evan Francis each had tackles for a loss on the other side of the ball. The Rams also turned it over on downs after Andre Jones defended a 4th down pass.
Marion had the ball with 3:36 left in the half. Thomas added to his big day with a 31-yard catch. Winters rushed for 5, and Hazel got the score from a yard out to make it 42-14.
The Wildcats forced another turnover on downs on a questionable 4th down conversion attempt by the Rams with 38 seconds to go on the clock. Marion needed just 1 play as a 29-yard pass to wide open Hoffman for the last score of the half. Backup quarterback Aiden Broomfield ran in the 2-pointer to make it 50-14 at the break. Marion went into halftime with 36 unanswered points.
Each team had 1 score in the second half. Thomas scored for the 3rd time on a pass from Roper in the 3rd quarter to make it 56-14 and trigger the running clock. the Rams tacked on the final score to make it 56-21. Now let's go inside the numbers of last week's big win, courtesy, as always, of Kemper CPA Group LLP, our official stat sponsor here on Wildcat Game Day.
Althoff Catholic High School.
Roper threw 18 of 28 for 320 yards and 5 touchdowns in the win last week, while Broomfield also completed 3 of 4 passes for 31 yards in reserve duty. Thomas ended his night with 168 receiving yards on 7 catches, while Atkins had 3 catches for 60 yards, Hoffman had 4 for 45, and Winters had 3 catches for 27 yards while adding another 34 yards on 8 carries. Hazel then led Marion's ground attack with 42 yards on 10 attempts.
We had Co-Hub Recreation Center players of the game this time. It was, of course, Callahan Roper and Junius Thomas, who were both awarded for their big game.
At wide receiver, number 3, Eli Bolden.
The Wildcats are now 2-1 on the year, 1-0 in the South 7, tied for first. They're here on the road this Friday to take on former South 7 foe Belleville Althoff. The Mount Vernon falls at 1-2 on the season and 1-1 in the conference. The Rams, after 3 straight road games to start the season, are finally at home tonight for the first of 4 in a row at home. They play Collinsville, who's also 1-2.
The Crusaders are coached
now as we move on through our Binkley-Ross Funeral Home pregame show, let's name our Legence Bank players to bank on.
Marion senior quarterback Callahan Roper has established himself as one of the best quarterbacks in the region already this season. Entering the season, we told you about the hype as he had attended the Manning Passing Academy, had been on visits to a couple big-time college programs, and received regional and national recognition from publications all over the country. But the stats are now backing it up. Coming into tonight's game, he's 56 for 80 on passing with a 70% completion rate, 3 interceptions, all coming in that Week 1 game, 13 touchdowns for 937 yards, and this ranks first in Southern Illinois by a large margin. Nashville's Cole Steegman is second with 686 yards and has thrown it just 4 times less than Roper. And Roper is the only quarterback in Southern Illinois with double-digit touchdown passes. Chester's Trey Peters has 9.
And he's just not great among his peers in Southern Illinois, right? He's among the great all-time quarterbacks in Marion football history.
Oh, for sure. Roper's now second all-time at Marion High School with 4,133 yards, and he needs 1,869 yards to pass Matt Brown for most career passing yards. With 6 games remaining, he would need to just average 311 yards to do that. Last week he passed for 320 yards, so it's certainly possible if he keeps on this kind of pace.
He stands second alone in second place, I should say, for all-time in career touchdown passes with 45. He trails Matt Brown's 57, so he's on pace to easily break that if he can just average 4 or 5 a game the rest of the way.
The 90% completion rate versus Granite City was the best ever at Marion High School for a single game, beating Evanoli's previous record of 89.4% versus Jerseyville in 2021.
He now has 10 games passing for more than 200 yards or more and stands in second place for that accomplishment behind Matt Brown's 14, and he has 6 more games guaranteed. So he should easily be able to pass that if he keeps up this pace. He passed Evan Noli, who had 7 after just 1 game this season.
And one more stat for you, Riley. Roper now has the most 300-yard passing games in school history. With his 320 yards last week, he passed Matt Brown and Hunter Simmons for most all-time. What a career, and we still got 6 more games to go.
And as we talked about last week, Gage, when you have a quarterback slinging it around as well as Roper has early this season, your receiver stats are also going to look pretty good, and that's certainly the case for Marion. While Marion does not have a running back ranked in the top 31 in terms of statistical leaders in Southern Illinois, they do have 2 receivers ranked in the top 4.
Yeah, I mean, pick your poison. Who is Marion's top receiver? It really depends on the week, the possession, or the play. You could really go with either one of these guys as Marion's top receiver. If you're the defensive coordinator for one of Marion's opponents, who do you put your top corner on? It's really 1A and 1B for these 2 guys. Junius Thomas is first in Southern Illinois with 19 receptions for 406 yards and 5 touchdowns, averaging 21.4 yards per catch, while Sam Atkins is close behind in 4th with 15 catches for 297 yards and 6 touchdowns, and an average of 19.8 yards per catch. One thing to note, Roper has 13 touchdown passes, and Atkins and Thomas have caught 11 of them. You know that is on the top of the Crusader scouting report tonight.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of our Binkley-Ross Funeral Home pregame show coming to you here live from George Mart's Field in Belleville. We'll be right back.
The summer clearance sale is here at Anderson's Family of Stores. Come enjoy up to 70% off store-wide plus 12 months interest-free financing. We've got thousands of items in stock ready for you. Sofas, recliners, bed sets, dining tables. Plus, we have same-day delivery on most mattresses. All with up to 70% off plus 12 months interest-free financing.
At Legence Bank, we make it easy to achieve your financial goals. Working with small businesses, farmers, and individuals, we strive to be your partner in convenient, local, and personalized banking solutions. From investing in your priorities to helping our community grow, we're committed to making a difference at Legence Bank.
I always know I can count on the people at Legence to answer my questions and connect me to the services I need.
We have you covered with a range of fraud prevention tools to keep your accounts safe and secure. With real-time debit card alerts, advanced encryption, and card controls, you can stay one step ahead of fraud with these security features.
Legence Bank supports you on and off the field. Go Wildcats!
Yeah, Riley and Gage, there's a clear contrast between these two schools. Former South 7 rivals haven't been in the same conference, haven't played each other in a few years. Of course, Belleville-Althoff is a Catholic high school here at Belleville. They have 332 students. Now that multiplies up to 550 because there's a multiplier used in IHSA for private school enrollment just to make it a little bit more fair. They've got more students under that multiplier, but technically only 332 compared to Marion's 1,107 students enrolled. They haven't been in a conference since they left the South 7 in 2022. They are the Crusaders. They were in navy blue and gold, and they are a private school. Their tuition cost $7,000 a year. They played 1A, 2A, or 3A, depending on the sport. Last year, they played 1A, and they were qualified as 1A in football. Ended up winning the state title. We'll tell you about that in a minute. Marion plays 3A, 4A, 5A, depending on the sport. Of course, we're here in St. Clair County. There's 261,000 people in St. Clair, as opposed to 67,000 for Williamson County. So it's a private school that has a lot of local students to draw from. So obviously, even though they're a smaller school, they can garner some great talent here in this area. They're an hour and 46 minutes from here to Marion. The Crusaders are coached by Austin Frazier in his 6th season. He came on, hired at 2022, right before the pandemic, and he got off to a rough 0-6 start that spring season. If you remember back during the pandemic, we had that spring season in 2020. 2021, the COVID season, I'm sorry. But he's really turned things around in Belleville. Went 3-6 in the fall of 2021, 7-5, and made the playoffs in 2022. That was their last season in the South 7. 10-2, made the playoffs last year, 14-0, and won that 1A state championship last year. Now they continued their winning into this season, as they won the first 2 games of this season, so that streak extended to 16. Total overall under their current coach, 34-19, 642 winning percentage, and like we said, a state title a year ago, which isn't too shabby. This season, as we said, they started off with wins over Alton, 34-13, and versus Highland, 42-26 in week 2. Week 3, though, just last week, they dropped a 31-17 loss to Belleville East. They play Marion tonight, play Mount Vernon at Mount Vernon next week, and then Collinsville, Mater Dei, St. Mary's Southside, and Keeneland to round out their regular season. But again, it's been a few years since we've been here. It's been a few years since Marion has seen Althoff. It'll be interesting to see how these 2 programs that have been 2 of the tougher programs in the region in Southern Illinois, and what we consider Southern Illinois, meaning the Metro East South. 2 of the tougher teams over the years. It'll be interesting to see how they face off after taking a few years apart. Back to Riley and Gage and Ross in the booth.
Thanks for the report down on the field, Dad. We'll look forward to some second angles and instant replays coming to us from down on the sideline as the night goes along. As we continue now with our Binkley-Ross Funeral Home pregame show, Gage, let's talk some personnel for the Crusaders.
Yeah, Stephen Brown is their top receiver and rusher, coming in with 42 yards a game, receiving and 101 yards on the ground. Jaden Ellington is a dual threat at quarterback with 59 yards on the ground per game and another 107 through the air with a 74% completion rating. Eli Bolden has 4 receptions for 66 yards, averaging 285 yards a game, 31 points per game, and allowing 23.3 points per game are the Crusaders.
Let's go into the series history real quick. Marion has won 4 of the last 5 meetings in the series between these two teams. The last time they met back in 2022, we were here. Althoff won that game 31-30. And before then, Marion had dominated in the recent history after Althoff had Marion's number early in the series when Coach Martin first came to Marion. It's now time for the kickoff. We'll send it down to the field as Sam Atkins will do the kicking. He will kick left to right. Marion wearing the road white jerseys, blue numbers, blue trim, gold pants, blue helmets with the gold Marion emblem on the helmets, white socks for the visitors. The Althoff Crusaders who will receive are in the blue home jerseys with white numbers, white pants, and gold helmets. And the kick will bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and Althoff will start their first possession on the 20. As Althoff takes the field for their first possession, Gage, let's talk about our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game.
Number 1, win on the road. We've only seen the Wildcats once on the road this year at Carterville, and they looked like a much different team when we saw them at home the past 2 weeks. So let's see if they can find a way to carry that momentum on the road this week. 2, don't be intimidated by Belleville Althoff's name and reputation. Yes, they have a star running back in D.R. Hill Jr., a 4-star recruit who now plays at Oregon and has 161 yards rushing through 3 games as a true freshman this year. And they've placed several players at the high major football level and even the NFL through the years. But don't play the name on the jersey. Play the opponent tonight. This is a winnable game for the Cats. Keep the defensive intensity. We heard Marion made some adjustments last week before Mount Vernon, and it showed. Let's see if we can string 2 in a row. Turnovers, as always. If this is going to be a close game, it may come down to turnovers and not making mistakes or giving the ball away, and free possessions for the other team. Marion has done a great job the last 2 weeks at home taking care of the ball on a night where it may get rainy and the ball may get wet. Let's hope Marion can hold on to it tonight.
Those were our Watermark Auto Group keys to the game, brought to you by Watermark Auto Group. Thanks to all their continued support here on Wildcat Game Day. Althoff started with a run on first down. Marion was right there to wrap him up, and now quickly we're on second down. It's another handoff. This one goes to Stephen Brown. He tries to get out to the outside, but Marion's there, and Marion's fired up as Jaden Twitty and Alex Henry were right there. And all of a sudden, we're quickly, Gage, we're on 3rd down and 8 with 11:20 to go, 40 seconds into this game. Althoff working from the far hash on that far sideline. We're on the home side here at Althoff, set up atop the press box. Quarterback in the shotgun. Crumble Jr. Jaden Ellington, the quarterback, and it's complete, and he'll pick up the first down. Number 6, the quarterback for Althoff.
Yeah, he had a lot of time back there to let that play develop. Gave him some time to read his options and found a wide open man in the middle of the field.
Eli Bolden, the receiver, we just talked about him. He's their leading receiver. And they do pick up a 3rd down conversion. New set of downs for the Crusaders as they now cross the 30. They keep it on the ground. It's number 4, the ball carrier, Stephen Brown, and Marion's there again. And Marion has proven up to the challenge to defend the run the first couple times they kept it on the ground. Malachi Cooper and Blake Winters there on the tackle.
Yeah, and it looked like Kadem Jacobs was also involved there, doing a nice job of keeping him wrapped up and bringing the runner down.
Jaden Ellington, the quarterback, drops back to pass. Quick strike. And broken up, incomplete there on the pass coverage. Number 4, Max Wade for Marion.
And a nice job. He read that all the way a second later, and he might have had an interception there. So a really nice read by the Wildcats defense.
So, Gage, here's what Marion was unable to do earlier on this drive. A big 3rd down stop needed as it's 3rd and 11 from the 32. Marion with 3 down D linemen. They send the pressure. Across the middle, it's complete, picking up the first down and then some. was number 13, Kyle Watkins.
And again, a lot of time. Had a lot of time there to be able to get that read off and find a nice passing play up the middle. And if you're Marion, you don't want these third down conversions to pile up on you.
That's 2 on this drive for the Crusaders. And Althoff now into Marion territory across the 50. They keep it on the ground. Stephen Brown picks up 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Stephen Brown on the carry.
Marion has defended the run gauge better than they've defended the pass here on this opening drive.
Yeah, and it's something we saw a little bit of last week, and we were wondering if that was going to kind of travel. Now it's going to be a matter of seeing them put the two together in order to really.
Marion sends the pressure. The quarterback's going to get out to the outside. Andre Jones is there, and Hudson Wade comes to help finish.
Kelly can stop for no gain.
No gain, and here we are again, Gage. Another third down for the for 2 on their first 2 conversions.
Yeah, and if you're Marion, you want to stop this one right here. Don't allow the Althoff to get some early momentum here at home, and give your offense a chance to put you up early.
3rd and 7 from the 43. Ellington from the left hash, standing near midfield. It's a quick out pass. It's complete to Logan Thompson. And it's going to be right near that first down marker. And a 4th and short now, as Marion did get the 3rd down stop. But Althoff will keep the offense on the field for a 4th and 1 from the 37. They go back to Brown, and he finds a big hole out to the left and pushed out of bounds across the 20 by Andre Jones, and Marion's defense fell for the fake there. And he needed 1 yard and got about 15, maybe more, as Althoff gets another conversion on this drive.
And Marion had 2 defenders right there, just unable to wrap him up, and Althoff again extends their drive.
They picked up 2 third down conversions, now a 4th down conversion. And it's 1st and 10 from the 21 now. Ellington hands it off, a big hole out to the right for Jay Crumble Jr. And he gets to about the 11 or the 12. Nearly enough yards for another first down. And Althoff's knocking on the door of finishing this drive off with a score. Althoff moving right to left has moved down the field with ease on this opening drive. Marion trying to now stand with their backs up against the goal. Ellington hands it back off to Crumble Jr. Shaking and baking, and he gets stopped shy
on the carry
of the end zone, but does pick up enough yards for a first down, and now it's going to be 2nd and goal. Excuse me, 2nd down and goal inside the 10. A year ago, it was De'Aaron Hill Jr., who's now at Oregon running for the Crusaders. And Marion thankfully doesn't have to contend with him tonight, but the guys who have stepped up since his graduation have picked up where he left off.
Moved the ball back 5 yards for the Crusaders.
Marion does catch a break there on a penalty against the Crusaders, so Marion will gain 5 yards of breathing room here, and instead of 2nd and goal from the 7, they're going to be back on the other side of the 10 now. Looks like they'll spot it at the 12.
And if Marion can get a nice stop right here, this break can turn out to be a big one to try to keep them off the board.
They hand it off. Crumble Jr. stumbles, and Marion catches a break. And here's another 3rd down situation where Marion's defense has to hold.
Crumble on the carry.
As it's now 3rd and long, and this is a couple times on this drive where Marion's defense on 1st and 2nd down have looked good. Then they've had lapses on 3rd and 4th down.
The Wildcats got to finish off the drive here.
Under 7 minutes to go in this opening quarter. We're here live at George Martz Field alongside Gage Johnson. I'm Riley Swinford. Ross Swinford on the controls. Bill and Sophia Swinford on the sideline. And it looks like Althoff's going to have to burn an early timeout with the drive stalling and determined to finish this opening drive with points. The Crusaders take a timeout. We'll see if Marion's defense is up for the challenge when we come back. This is Wildcat Game Day live from Belleville Althoff.
Hey, this is Michael Anderson, owner of Anderson Boys Trash Service. We are locally owned and operated. We are reliable and affordable. Weekly trash service. I look forward to hearing from you soon. I appreciate you, and my family appreciate the business.
Now serving residential and commercial properties with roll-off dumpster rentals available. Call 618-925-1215 or find us on Facebook at Anderson Boys Trash Service.
Here we go. A big third down out of the timeout for the Crusaders. Ellington drops back to pass, looking, scrambling, broken up. Max Wade for the second time on this drive. Max Wade puts his hand in the way of a Crusader pass. And now it looks like Althoff will have to send the kicking unit out there, Gage.
Yeah, and Max Wade, another big play. There are two of those here early where he's just a step away from making it even bigger with an interception, but that's a huge one as it keeps Althoff out of the end zone. They're going to have to try to kick it.
Austin Wilkinson in to do the kicking for the Crusaders. And the way this drive went, Gage, if you only can get off the field giving up 3 points, you would take that if you're Marion.
Absolutely. I mean, multiple third down conversions, a fourth down conversion. Not the way Marion wanted this to go, but if they can keep it at 3 or even possibly find a way to keep this at 0, they're feeling good going into their offensive drive.
Looks like about a 30-yard kick here for Wilkinson. Number 30 in the blue home jersey for the Crusaders. Isaiah Daniel will hold. The snap, the hold, the kick. Line drive low kick is through the uprights. That was actually Mason Thacker on the hold. And a 5-minute and 19-second drive ends with a field goal for the Crusaders, and they take an early 3-0 lead. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this. This is the Marion Stars Wildcat Game Day live from Belleville Althoff.
At The Hub, we're not just a fitness center. We're a community powered by people who care. Our dedicated staff will guide you every step of the way on our world-class fitness floor. Dive into fun in our aquatic center. And with our fitness and aquatics classes, there's something for everyone. Join us for family events that bring our community closer. We're people-powered, and we are here for you, creating a fitness experience that feels like family. Join us today at The Hub, where health and happiness meet.
The Crusaders strike first. Now it's Marion's turn to try to answer back as they will receive the kick. It will be Wilkinson who just kicked the 30-yarder, kicking away right to left, and back to receive is Junius Thomas. And it will be instead brought out by Max Wade, who gets across the 40, and Max Wade, Gage, has made his presence known through the first 5.5 minutes of this game. Couple pass deflections now, a good kick return, and Marion's offense will take the field looking to answer back with points.
Yeah, did a good job of finding a gap right there to get some extra yards, and he was a couple steps away from being able to break loose for some more. So great field position for the Wildcats to start this one.
I think the secret is starting to get out about Junius Thomas, as the Althoff kick clearly was trying to avoid Thomas, who was back as the deep man, but instead Marion will take the field position as they will start on the 44. Callahan Roper, the Legence Bank player to bank on, we talked about in our pregame show, lines up in the shotgun. He's got receiving options everywhere. 4 receiver set. Thomas goes in motion. The region's top statistical leader at quarterback fires across the middle to Sam Atkins in his hands and incomplete. As we talked about it in the pregame gauge, really two options, 1A and 1B, Sam Atkins and Junius Thomas.
Yeah, and a nice play drawn up right there. It looked like they were going to go for a wide receiver screen, but looked across the middle. The pass was there, just hit him in the hands, wasn't able to bring it down with the defender on him.
2nd and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Marion huddles up, wearing the road white jerseys with Marion across the chest, blue numbers, gold trim, gold pants, mostly white socks. We got some blue socks out there as well, the blue Marion helmets with the Marion M emblem on the side. Roper looking, wants Thomas on the deep ball, far sideline, and he somehow brings it in and then drags his defender for a couple yards across the 30. And there he is, option 1A. Sam Atkins doesn't get it on first down, so they go to Thomas on second down, and there is the big playmaker making his presence known.
And a good job by Roper extending that play there. Looked like he was going to have to just get rid of it out of bounds, but was able to throw it over top and allow Thomas to go make a play.
Marion's offense now working quickly. Thomas goes in motion, they pitch it to him, follows a block and gets tripped up. That was 22, Lauren Green, tripping up Junius Thomas. Thomas came into this game, as you said in the pregame gauge, averaging 21.4 yards per catch, and that's pretty well what that was on first down.
Oh yeah, he makes big time plays week after week, and you know that's got to be something that Althoff tried to prepare for coming into this one.
2nd and 12 now from the 31. Loss of 2 on that pitch to Thomas. Marion from the near hash. Sends Winters out in motion. Roper has got Atkins, who had a step, but the defender poked it loose at the last second. Jacoby Tao stuck his hand in there to break that pass up. Logan Thompson. These Althoff numbers are kind of hard to read. It looked like either 8 or 0. It was 0, Logan Thompson, as Atkins looked like he had him beat by a step or two, and then Thompson caught up and put his big paw in there.
Yeah, it was a nice read by Roper, was able to get the pass out there, just needed a little bit more of a lead for Atkins to have a better chance of bringing that in, but nonetheless, a nice play by the Althoff defender.
The Crusaders converted third downs on their drive. Now it's Marion's turn. 3rd and 12 now from the 31. Roper with time, looking, steps up and has to get rid of it as he's hit as he throws. And it will be 4th and long.
4th down for the Wildcats.
And after the drive looked so promising after that Junius Thomas catch, Marion's faced with a decision here on 4th down.
Yeah, and I honestly wouldn't be shocked if they go for it. I mean, most of these plays, they looked very, like they were inches away from being a catch multiple times. So despite the not getting the first downs that they've been looking for, I mean, Marion's offense hasn't looked too shabby to start.
4 receiver set. Marion will keep the offense on the field. 4th and 12 from the 31. Roper with time. Wants the deep ball in the end zone. Sam Atkins can't bring it in. And he went for the home run instead of the first down. And Althoff gets the 4th down stop and gets off the field. Marion only converted 1 pass on that drive. It was the big catch by Thomas, as Marion's going to probably face the best pass defense they've seen all year.
Yeah, and I don't hate it, trying to go at him early, set the tone for the game. And I mean, like we said, they're not far off from making some huge plays there on those drives. But trust the wide receiver core that you have that's been successful early on, and we'll see if they continue to do so throughout the game, as they didn't look that bad there despite not being able to put up any points on the board.
So Marion's defense will now be tasked with keeping this at 3-0 as the Crusaders send their offense back on the field for their second drive. They keep it on the ground. It's Crumble Jr. and Marion's right there. Malachi Cooper and friends in on the coverage. Look like Evan Francis and Caden Jacobs in with Cooper on the coverage. Loss of 1 on the play sets up 2nd and 11.
And Riley, I think the only thing about that drive for the offense you look at is you got to think about time of possession, right? While they didn't look bad, they only had the ball for about a minute as opposed to the 5 minutes that Althoff had early. So that'd be something to watch as this game kind of progresses.
Speaking of time of possession, this Crusaders drive is stalled in a hurry as Caden Jacobs got in there and deflected that pass, and all of a sudden it's 3rd down, and if Marion's defense can get a 3 and out right here, that'd be huge.
Absolutely. Allow that offense to go out there, try to make some plays again. You got to be feeling good about what you've done so far.
The Crusaders line up in the shotgun. 4 receivers set for Ellington. Stands on the 25-yard line, claps his hands, drops back, looking. Quick out pass to Brown. Turns on the jets, and he's drugged down shy of the first down, as that was 23, Jaden Twitty, who's been busy in this opening quarter, and now the Crusaders will have to punt, and the defense did their good job, Gage.
Yeah, a great job of answering if you're the Wildcats defense, not allowing Althoff to gain any momentum from that, and now the Wildcats could possibly have some pretty good field position here depending on how this punt return goes.
Andre Jones will be back to receive the punt. It's Wilkinson who kicked the field goal earlier to make this a 3-0 game into punt for the Crusaders. He will stand near the 20. Jones back to receive on the opposite 25. 4:10 to go in this opening quarter. Wilkinson, high punt. Andre will come up and field it on the 30. Instead, he lets it bounce, and it takes a Crusaders bounce and a nice roll for the Crusaders. There is a flag on the play. The Crusaders down the punt near the 5-yard line. But we'll see where this flag ends up spotting the ball, as I'm not sure what happened, Gage, as I was watching the football and all of a sudden there came a flag.
It looked like there was some contact after the play, or Althoff kind of continuing to play through it there, so this might have some yards taken off of it.
The referees sort out the penalty. Without the penalty, the ball would have been spotted on the 5. Well, now they say no flag on the play.
And man, a tough break for the Wildcats. Obviously a tough spot there in that punt. You don't want to credit space.
There is a flag after all. The public address announcer here at Althoff said no flag on the play, but then the white hat official came out and signaled a personal foul against Althoff. So Marion will get out of this hole here, as they will walk this out and give Marion some more breathing room instead of having their backs up against the wall.
And if you're Marion, that's exactly what you want to see after that. Because, I mean, man, you're in a tough spot there. You got a lot of crowded space, not wanting to try to muff that punt.
Yeah.
But you take that bounce, and, man, it did go all the way back to almost a perfect spot for Althoff there.
Marion coach Jason Dunning right in the middle of that huddle, making sure the officials give his team some yards after that flag, as one of the officials started to spot the ball, and he said, hold on, make sure we get the yards from that penalty, as Jason Dunning walked about 20 yards out onto the field to get in the referee's ear. So the officials come together and sort it out. They're going to walk off the penalty now, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. Instead of being at the 5 gauge, you're at the 20. And what a difference that makes for this Marion offense.
Oh, yeah, and as an offense that's been trying to pass the ball here early, you want that time. You want some room. You don't want to feel that pressure like that. Yeah. So now Marion's got that opportunity, and if they want to run the ball, they got more room to get that handoff done.
Outside of the pitch to Thomas on that opening drive, we saw exclusively pass plays on Marion's first possession, which ended in a turnover on downs. Marion with a tight formation as they start their second drive, trailing early 3-0 on our Watermark scoreboard. And a flag on the play, and this one will go against the Wildcats.
Motion penalty called against Marion.
Early update from Herrin. It's all Carterville 21-0 in that Williamson County bragging rights game. So Marion loses some of the yards they just gained, and we walk it right back, Gage, to where we were, and Marion's going to have their backs a little bit more against the wall, as it's now 1st and 15 from the 16. 3:51 to go in this opening quarter. 5 receivers for Roper. Steps up. Wants his favorite target, Thomas. There is a flag on the play, but Thomas catches, and he steps out of bounds.
Thomas on the reception.
This one might be coming back, but Junius Thomas has beat his defenders multiple times here in this opening quarter, as he is ready to go. He told us in the post-game show last week that he had never played Belleville-Althoff before, and he is ready for the challenge. These seniors on the team, Roper, Adkins, Hoffman, Cooper, Thomas, etc., were freshmen on the freshman team the last time Marion played Althoff in a varsity football contest. The penalty was against Althoff, so the pass play stands.
Starts 1st and 10 on the Crusader 48-yard line.
So Marion declines the penalty, and it's 1st and 10 now from the 48.
And that's the first big deep ball they've been able to successfully get, just being so close on some other attempts. So Marion now got some steam behind them.
Roper 2 completions, both to Thomas, and a flag before Marion can even get the ball rolling on this play. Lots of flags here in this first 8 minutes and plus action. And that one's against the Crusaders.
Against the Crusaders.
False start. Marion Gage has to capitalize on these Crusaders' mistakes.
Absolutely. After a big offensive play, this is just the type of role you need here, getting back to some similar field position that they had earlier.
1st and 5 from the 43 now. Moving into Althoff territory. 3 receivers near us on the far side, on the near sideline. One out to the left, that's Atkins in single coverage. Roper wants him, and he throws it to head coach Jason Dunning on the sideline.
It looked like the intended receiver right there. He was ready the whole time. But no, they tried to get to the outside there, didn't have much of a read. Roper tried to make a play out of it, but just overthrew it there.
2nd and 5 now, Gage. We haven't seen a traditional handoff out of the backfield yet. I'd almost like to see Marion hand it off and just play it conservative, pick up a first down. So far, Marion's tried to go for the home run on nearly every play.
Yeah, I think you want to mix it in just a little bit, reserve those big plays for when you really need them.
Hoffman goes in motion. Roper rolls out. He's got Thomas, another completion to Junius Thomas, who takes a hard hit near the 40. The Althoff fans below us wanted a hold.
Thomas on the reception.
And Thomas got his bell rung on that play, and he's slow to get up. And Marion's top receiver early in this game coming up a little shy there after that big hit, Gage, is not what you want to see.
No, but looks like he's getting back slowly up on his own strength. Well, yeah, he is. So either way, not what we want to see, obviously, if you're Marion.
Marion does get called for the hold that Althoff wanted.
Called against Marion.
So Marion will lose some of the yards they gained courtesy of the Althoff penalties earlier on this drive, and back across the 50 into Marion territory now for a 2nd and 15, loss of 10 due to the penalty. 4 receivers for Roper. He's got Hazel next to him in the shotgun as Marion trails early, 3-0 here against their old friends from Belleville-Althoff, this non-conference renewal of the rivalry. Roper looking, wants Atkins, and a risky pass thrown it into 2 defenders, and now it's 3rd and long.
Comes 3rd down.
And this drive that looked promising, Gage, is now faced with a 3rd and long.
Yeah, and Marion's trying to fit some passes through some tight windows right now. Might look to set up some plays where maybe you have double options, something short. That way you're not overextending, and maybe now that you've taken so many of these deep shots, keep the defense on their toes a little bit.
3rd and 15 from the 47. Under 10 on the play clock. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right on the bottom of the screen. And Althoff's going to use a timeout, and their coach is upset. He's all fired up on this near sideline. So we'll take a timeout as well. A big 3rd down when we return.
Timeout.
Marion locked in a good one early with Belleville-Althoff.
Welcome to Wit Wisdom, located at 202 North Market in downtown Marion, Illinois. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. Stop in and check out our spirit wear, custom tees, embroidery services, and more, all in a historical boutique setting. Check us out anytime online at www.witandwisdomstore.com.
We're back here live. Althoff just used their 2nd timeout of the half. And a 3rd and 15 here for the Wildcats. Thomas back in the game. And Roper is sacked. 53. Deontay Woods
the Crusader
breaks through the Marion O-line and sacks Roper, and that's something we haven't seen often so far this season, Gage. Marion's O-line has done such a great job giving Roper time to work, and that time he just didn't have enough time to find an open receiver.
Yeah, I think that time he tried to kind of step up in the pocket, didn't have the space to get a play off there, and Roper's unable to make that.
Marion will punt. It'll be Roper doing the punting on a 4th and 20. Rugby-style punt. And it's going to be caught and brought out by Kyle Watkins. Breaks a few tackles, makes a few guys miss, and brings it out to the 50 and nearly back to the original line of scrimmage. And Althoff will set up shop on the Althoff logo at midfield, holding a 3-0 lead, and through 2 drives, Gage, Marion's offense is searching for answers.
Yeah, they've been so close on so many plays, but it looks like they're going to need to mix in some different play styles or different play calls, per se, to try and mix things up and get some extra yardage, because they're having quick drives, not hitting. You want to hit the singles sometimes, not hit all the home runs.
Right. After back-to-back blowout wins at home, the Wildcats are faced with a challenge here on the road in Week 4. Ellington hands it off. Plenty of room here for a first down and then some. That was number 5, Jay Crumble, picking up the first down and some extra yards. They will move the chains, and Althoff moving into Marion territory with just 1 run here on their opening play of the drive.
And man, when Crumble has some time to run, doesn't he get out there quick? Some nice moves right there. He had plenty of time off that pitch, and the Althoffs did a nice job of blocking on that right side.
We immediately noticed when we walked in how big the O-line was up front for these Crusaders, and Marion's got their hands full up front tonight. Ellington there on the QB keeper.
Ellington on the carry, tackled by Jacobson.
About 4 yards before Jacobs comes in and stops him after a 6-yard pickup, and it's 2nd and 4 now from the 27. Althoff trying to finish this drive with a touchdown. Their last scoring drive ended in a field goal. Marion forced a punt the last time. The Crusaders have their sights on the end zone as they hand it to Brown, falling forward near the first down marker.
On the carry.
In on the coverage there was Malachi Cooper and Caden Jacobs. Those 2 guys have been busy in this opening quarter. First down for the Crusaders. And it's 1st and 10 now from the 23.
And this is going to be a big series for the Wildcats to close the quarter. They've been able to answer the bell defensively each time. Not looking so great right now.
Ellington rolls out to his right, finds his receiver wide open. And near the goal line, but pushed out of bounds, was number 20, True Washington. Or actually, that was Alex Shallert. Correction, it was Washington. These numbers are hard to read, especially from where we got put way up here on the top of this press box. 1st and goal now. Crusaders trying to punch it in, and they do.
Downtown Brown.
And Brown finishes the drive with a 3-yard run. And the Crusaders have a 9-0 lead, and they'll send in the extra points team to try to make it 10-0 here late in the first quarter. This will be Wilkinson, who had the field goal, trying to put in the extra point. He's been busy tonight. He had a punt and a field goal. Now a chance for an extra point with 48.5 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Clock stopped for the extra point. And the extra point is good, and the Althoff lead is 10. And a big road test here in Week 4 for the Wildcats, as the Crusaders have set the tone early out to a 10-0 lead.
Hi, I'm Tyler Young with the Print Shop here in Marion. We're on the square. We just got done doing some perforated vinyl here at Swinford Publications. So this is the vinyl that you can see out, but people can't see in, and it gives a nice little look and feel to a number of different kinds of businesses. So come see us at the print shop. We're at 1112 North Carbon, next to AutoZone behind Hardee's.
We're back here live at George Martz Field in Belleville as the Crusaders have been rude hosts so far as they're out to a 10-0 lead. Max Wade will bring out the kick return, and he's wrapped up at the 35, and Marion's offense still looking for their first points tonight as they have had 2 drives stall so far, and they'll have 43.4 seconds before we flip ends to start the second quarter. A fast-moving first quarter gauge, as Marion really, I think, here needs to answer with some points.
Yeah, absolutely. But you don't want to hang your heads. It hasn't been a terrible showing so far despite the score. So you want to keep that mentality, stay strong, keep moving forward. As they do have a chance here, there's a lot of football left to play.
Marion has not had any turnovers or self-inflicted mistakes so far in this game. They just have not been able to capitalize with points yet. There's an out pass to Atkins, shakes and bakes, picks up the first Southern Bank first down. And there's a positive sign for the Wildcats.
Atkins on the reception. That's a first down.
As a first Southern Bank first down that they desperately needed. Comes with 34.6 seconds to go. The clock will run as he did not get out of bounds. Marion now at midfield. 14-yard pickup on first down. Now they do hand it off for the first time, and it's Blake Winters right across the middle. Big run for Blake Winters, dragging 2 defenders with him. Blake Winters into the end zone. A 50-yard run for 6 for Blake Winters.
49 yards.
Marion's first handoff of the game gauge as they caught everybody off guards, and they were just waiting for that one.
Man, what a play by Winters. Did a great job of finding the gap and took the defense along for a ride with him.
Blake Winters making his presence known in a big way as Marion desperately needed that. They wanted the home run on passing plays, but what about the home run on the ground as Marion has the big play potential. We've seen it all season long. And now it looks like Marion will get some free yards as Althoff was offsides on the extra point attempt, so Marion will send the jumbo unit in and try to go for 2, and you got to punch it in here. It's all Carterville at Herrin, 28-0, 6:51 before the half. So Marion will be right at the 1-yard line. They send in their jumbo package. It's Winters who just had the touchdown. Taking the direct snap, plowing his way forward. And he's in for 2, and Marion answers back with 8.
Good. Bringing the Wildcats to within 1. Losing to the Crusaders 10-9. 10-8.
And Marion is on the board in a big way here at Althoff. First quarter not even done yet. We've got a good one here on the road in week 4.
Since 1999, Clark Natural Stone is a family-owned business that strives to not only offer you the best selection of rock and mulch in the country, but also provide you with the best service. Clark Natural Stone Slinger Truck is a great option when you need rock, sand, or gravel placed in an area not easily accessible to a conventional dump bed. To schedule your delivery or to ask any questions, call 618-997-3889 or visit our website, clarknaturalstone.com.
We've already got a candidate for our Thrillville thrilling moment of the game, courtesy of Blake Winters, his 50-yard touchdown run moments ago. He punched in the 2-point conversion as well. And our Week 2 player of the game has already put his name in the hat for another one, and we haven't even finished one quarter here. Brown trying to bring out the kickoff. And Marion wraps him up across the 25 with 9.7 seconds to go. And now the defense, Gage, has to keep the momentum on Marion's side.
Yeah, and they've done a good job tonight of holding the Crusaders at bay for the most part. So they'll need to keep it up as they look to take some momentum here into the second quarter. But man, Riley, you ask and you shall receive. You said they needed to answer with points, and Blake Winters heard you.
Well, off the air, Gage, I asked you if we could run the football, and right when we come back, they hand it off to Blake Winters, and he basically drove the school bus right down the middle of the field and picked up several Althoff players on his way as Marion answered back, and then the penalty allowed them to punch it in for 2, and it's 10-8 here on our Watermark scoreboard. First quarter winding down, and there is a flag on the play as Brown is wrapped up. 4 seconds to go, and they'll sort out this penalty before the clock runs out, and we switch ends, and we'll see what they call the penalty, and it's against Marion, an early indication.
Replay.
Here's a look at that last run by Blake Winters, dragging the Althoff defenders with him, and as our camera crew on the sideline, Bill and Sophia Swinford, were as caught off guard as Althoff was, as they didn't get him until the last 10 yards or so, and then there was Winters punching in the 2-point conversion. And they just actually said that it was holding against the Crusaders there on first down, so another break goes the Wildcats' way as Althoff can't get out of their own way right now, Gage.
Yeah, man, you couldn't ask for a better way to end this quarter right now if you're Marion.
Clock runs out, so after 1 quarter of play here at George Martz Field in Belleville, it's Althoff 10, Marion 8. The Wildcats have the momentum to start the second quarter. When we come back, Gage and I will have the second quarter call right after this word from our sponsors.
Hi, I'm Joni, Director at Binkley-Ross Funeral Homes. When you're faced with loss, it's comforting to know that someone who understands your pain is here to help. That's why I brought Blue and Mitchell Hughes Funeral Homes back under local ownership alongside Binkley-Ross Funeral Home. We've been serving Marion and Williamson County families with compassion and care for years, and we know how important it is to feel supported in your time of need. If you have questions or concerns about your previous arrangements, we're here to support you with understanding and kindness. You can always rely on us for honesty, respect, and care you deserve. Marion is not only my home, Marion is my heart.
Do you feel like your business is sinking in accounting and payroll work? Are business taxes and confusing technology dragging you down? Call the experts at Kemper CPA Group. We'll answer your questions and give you the tools to keep your business afloat.
It's pink out night here at Althoff as they're out to a 10-8 lead. We start the second quarter with a 1st and 20 from the Althoff 17 as they try to answer back after Marion stole the momentum, and another penalty as they try to snap the ball. False start against the Crusaders, and they'll back it up even more. The defending 1A state champion Crusaders having all sorts of issues here, even trying to get lined up here. And Marion sent a statement with that Blake Winters run and kind of appears to have broken Althoff's spirits, as ever since that, Gage, they had the penalty on special teams and then 2 straight times here trying to get their first down play off.
Yeah, Belleville looking like they're feeling the pressure from the Wildcats right now. And if you're Marion, man, put your foot on the gas and keep it going.
Jason Dunning actually coached here the last time we were here. Kerry Martin's last season, he had to miss the game due to COVID, and Coach Dunning coached in that 31-30 game. Quick out pass is complete, but Marion's right there near the original line of scrimmage, wrapping it up in white jerseys, swarming all over the place.
Brownfield made the tackle.
Looks like they say number 9, Aiden Broomfield, wrapped him up, so a 3-yard pickup sets up 2nd and 22 from the 15. 11:25 to go before the half. We'll have highlights from last week's big win at our Johnny Logan halftime show, but we've got a lot of football until then. Ellington looking, slings it across the middle, and they say incomplete. Referee Bernie Page says
incomplete.
Incomplete. They say he was down. And a 3rd and 22 for the Crusaders, and this would be a huge stop for Marion, as if they can hold here, they would be in position to possibly get great field position. We'll see what Althoff dials up here on 3rd and long from their own 15. Ellington stands on the 5. Claps his hands. Looking with time. Scrambling out. Now he decides to keep it. Turns on the Jets and he's pushed out of bounds.
Ellington on the keeper.
23, Jaden Twitty forced him out of bounds. And
with that run, it becomes a Crusader first down.
Looks like he's, despite what the public address announcer just said, did not pick up a first down. He's about 12 yards shy of the first down. The PA announcer sent the home crowd into a frenzy here by declaring first down, but instead he's back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's 4th and 10, and Andre Jones is back to receive a punt now.
Yeah, he had plenty of time to run out to the side as they were looking for the long ball. Marion did a good job of containing that, and were able to keep him from not getting too much ground on the run himself.
So Wilkinson, who's been busy tonight, will be back to do the punting. Andre Jones will stand at the 34 to return the punt. Marion with all the momentum right now. They just got a score, a 2-point conversion. Now the defense gets a stop, and Marion will have the chance to take the lead. With their offense back on the field with momentum. Wilkinson with protection, punts it away. Jones lets it bounce, and it will be downed on the 32-yard line. And Marion's offense is back on the field.
Marion will start.
Do you hand it back off again? It worked so well the last time as Blake Winters took it to the house.
I think now you might be anticipating it too much. Now you might try one of those little play action plays here too. The options are kind of open now. You make a big play like that, it allows the playbook to kind of expand on itself.
We'll see what the Marion offense dials up here as it's 1st and 10 from the 33, 10:48 to go before the half. Marion huddles up near the 30-yard line. Callahan Roper, the region's leading passer in Southern Illinois, in at the shotgun. Marcus Hazel stands to his right. 2 receivers out to the right, 2 receivers out to the left. Roper stands behind the Marion O-line, slings it out. He wants Hoffman on that far sideline, right near the first Southern Bank first down marker. And they will move the chains as Hoffman gives Marion another option, and it doesn't always have to just be Blake Winters, Junius Thomas, and Sam Atkins.
Yeah, the Wildcats spread the love on the offense right now, and man, do they feel like they have a lot of rhythm going.
1st and 10 from the 45, low snap. Roper, Scott Atkins. Oh, right through his fingertips as he had a step on the defender.
And what a ball from Roper. I mean, you couldn't have put that any more better than that. Atkins just shy of making that grab. What a throw over top. Atkins has beat his defender one-on-one on this side a lot throughout this game. It feels like it's only a matter of time before they connect.
Absolutely. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 45. They give to Hazel. Hazel's first touch of the game, and now he's broke a long one. And Marcus Hazel's going to take it to the house. 55 yards. Marcus Hazel, the junior running back. Marion, on the strength of their ground game, has reeled off 14 unanswered points. And Marcus Hazel, the running back, on his first touch of the game, takes it 55 yards to that blue Althoff end zone.
You want to talk about efficiency in the run game. 2 handoffs, 2 touchdowns, and over 100 yards. I mean, you can't draw that up any better.
We talked about it in the pregame gauge. Marion did not have a running back ranked in the top 31 in Southern Illinois. At this rate, that's going to change quickly. Marion up 14-10. Now they'll line up for the point after. Sam Atkins will do the kicking. Callahan Roper will hold. With 10:26 to go, now Althoff jumps off sides again. This time, though, I think it might have been Marion that drove Althoff off sides. Marion moved quickly, and Althoff was just reacting, is what the referee saw. It was one of those bang-bang penalties, Gage. Hard to tell, but Marion now will have 5 extra yards on this point after, and from what we've seen out of St. Atkins, that should not be a problem.
No, not at all. Man, that could have been scary hours for the Crusaders right there. I think if that would have gone the other way around, I think you would have seen the Wildcats going for 2 again.
Atkins with the 25-yard point after, with plenty of distance over the pink-clad Crusader faithful, and it's 15-10 Wildcats, and the Althoff sideline is stunned as Marion on the road here in week 4 has reeled off 15 unanswered. We've got a good one here live at Althoff.
Contact Kenya Garner for an auto quote today.
The Wildcats running all over the Crusaders here in week 4, and they kick it away with the lead, 15-10, as Brown will bring back the kick. Tries to get out of bounds, and he does, just across the 20. And Marion has got to be feeling good as they send their defense back on the field, as they've proven that they can score, they've proven they can run it and pass it, and the defense can get stops. They got to be feeling pretty good on that Marion sideline.
Absolutely, and I mean, with Althoff kind of in control of time of possession, it doesn't seem to matter as Marion's making big plays when they need to, despite coming shy on a bunch early on.
There was an instant replay of Marcus Hazel's big touchdown run moments ago, 55 yards to the house. Sam Atkins booted the extra point well through the uprights from 25 yards after the penalty, and Marion on the strength of 2 rushing touchdowns, who would have thought that, as we set up this game in our pregame show, has a 15-10 lead. After Althoff scored the first 10 points, Marion answered back with 15 in a row. Althoff now shows they can run the ball as well, as Stephen Brown follows his blockers and picks up a big first down, forced out of bounds.
That run produced a first down for the Crusaders on their own 46-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 46 for the Crusaders, working quickly. They go back to Brown. He's been busy. Their top back tries to cut back, and Hudson Wade
Brown on the carry
with a big tackle after just about a 2-yard pickup for Brown.
Hudson Wade made the stop.
Hudson Wade, the emotional leader of this defense, stops Brown after a 3-yard pickup, and it's 2nd and 7 now from the 49.
And if you're the Wildcats after that big gain, now you want to string together a couple stops, keep the momentum on your side.
Ellington hands it off. It's Crumble, met by Malachi Cooper and Alex Henry.
Crumble on the carry, but
right near midfield.
On the play.
And there's a flag on the play. Referees sorted out.
Holding against the Crusaders.
Holding against the Crusaders. So another penalty against Althoff goes in Marion's favor. And now, instead of being at midfield, the Crusaders are backed up to the 39. And a big difference now as it's 2nd and 17.
And I tell you what, as much as the Wildcats defense has helped themselves a lot tonight, Althoff's not doing themselves any favors with these big penalties.
No, they've been playing behind the chains a lot of this opening half. Ellington, 2 pass. Marion with some pressure. Nearly picked off by Junie Thomas. If that was from Callahan Roper, he might have caught that one, but instead on defense, it goes down as a pass deflection. And if he would have got that, Gage, we might have had a pick six.
Oh, yeah, and you can see some frustration starting to build with Althoff. Crumble wanted in the backfield, sitting there off to the side. He went for the read up the middle, and he threw it right to Thomas. You'd have thought he was the intended receiver.
Early in this game, the Althoff Crusaders were able to pick up a couple third down conversions. They need one desperately here as it's 3rd and 17 from their own 39. 9:11 to go in this opening half. Althoff's down to 1 timeout as well. 4 receivers set for Ellington. Claps his hands. Marion sends the pressure. Ellington wants the deep ball. And incomplete, intended for number 3, Eli Bolden. And Marion's defense does its job again. And here comes the Althoff punting unit. And Marion continues, Gage, to string some stops. And now Marion with a chance to add to this 5-point lead before the half.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Dunning in that sideline over there, you're fired up. Could not be going better right now for the Wildcats.
After 2 straight blowout wins when the Wildcats went down 10-0, you had to wonder how they would respond. And so far, the response has been perfect as Marion not only has bounced back, they're in control. Low punt, Wilkinson. Low snap to Wilkinson. Now he punts. Thomas lets it bounce. It takes a Marion bounce this time. And we'll be down at the 26. And here comes Callahan Roper and company. And one thing to mention, Gage, not only does Marion have the ball here, but they will have the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find a way to make it a two touchdown lead here possibly, and then take that momentum into halftime, is exactly what you want if you're the blue and gold.
Marion will have 8 minutes and 56 seconds, which really is enough time for about 4 or 5 possessions the way Marion's been scoring, especially on the run play. But we'll see how they manage the clock here. They do have all 3 of their timeouts. 3 receivers out to the right. Atkins alone on the bottom of your screen. Hazel, who just had the big run, stands next to Roper. And they go to him, and why not? And this time, not a 55-yard touchdown, but about 4 or 5 yards on the ground. And Marion feeling like they can trust that run game a little bit more. And the other thing that goes with the running game that we definitely need to give a shout to, Gage, is that offensive line for creating those holes.
Absolutely. And I mean, it was only a matter of time before a handoff didn't lead to a 60 to 50-yard touchdown run. But a nice gain nonetheless right there, and it's going to continue to open things up for Marion.
Back-to-back runs. This time it's Winters. Ball came loose. Looks like Marion is on it.
Winters on the carry, fumble recovered by the Wildcats. 3rd down.
So now you have to think back-to-back run plays. We'll see if they decide to air it out here on 3rd down.
Absolutely. I think you don't want to go out here with a quick drive here, especially after the way the defense showed out on that last drive.
3rd and 3 from the 33. Man comes in motion. It's Hoffman. Roper pitches to Winters. Trucks his way forward for a first Southern Bank first down. Needed 3 yards, got about 4. A little misdirection there for the first down, and I like the play calling here from the Marion offense.
Absolutely, and look at the trust that Dunning is putting in his running backs right now. That was a huge play right there, extending this drive and not allowing Althoff to come back on the field for offense.
They send a man in motion. It's Hoffman. Roper just gets rid of it as he's hit as he throws it. And Althoff wants intentional grounding as Roper had to get rid of it as Althoff was back there in a hurry.
That is a horse shit call.
And Althoff's fans here disagree with the no call. They want grounding, but there is no flag on the play. And the referees are coming together. Roper had a man in his grill. And there is the flag. And Althoff, after much pleading and begging, gets the intentional grounding penalty. And that will set Marion back.
Against Marion for intentional grounding.
15 yards.
Down. Becomes 2nd down.
And they also lose the down. So a big penalty there for the Wildcats as the Crusaders had all the penalties against their sideline. Now Marion gets called for one. The announcer said loss of downs. The down marker still says first down. The scoreboard says 2nd down. We'll sort that out as we go along. It is second down. As they pitch it back to Winters, they go back to the misdirection that worked moments ago, and he tries to get back some of the yards Marion lost on the penalty.
Winters on the shovel pass. Stephen Aki on the tackle.
Third and 10 now. Manageable situation for the Cats. Roper, quick out to Winters. Breaks one, spins, misses another. Now he's forced out of bounds. And now a late flag comes on the Marion sideline. And this one might be against the Crusaders for a possible late hit on that Marion sideline, the way Marion reacted. Referees sorting it out. They've been busy throwing flags tonight. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Crusaders, and Marion will get a first down, Gage. And a big penalty against the Crusaders gives Marion not only a first down, but great field position into Belleville territory. And the drive was in jeopardy of stalling until the Crusaders got in their own way with the penalty, and Marion's got to capitalize.
Yep, I think you got to take advantage of this opportunity right here. They've stopped the run game a little bit now. Now I think it's time to go back to the air.
We'll see what they do now. First and 10 from the 45. They give to Hazel, and he picks up nearly enough yards for a first Southern Bank first down, and Marcus Hazel put his name in the race for Hub Recreation Center Player of the Game.
And that's why I'm not calling the plays on the sideline right there. Hazel, a great run right there to set the Wildcats up.
9 yards on first down, 2nd and 1. They go back to him. Why not? Dragging the pile for a first Southern Bank first down.
Hazel on the carry, Woods on the tackle. That's a first down for the Wildcats.
So now Marion's got something cooking here, and that O-line, Gage, continues to give the Marion running backs room. And it's the big fellas up front, Logan Black, Levi Clark, Devin Rogowski, and we'll get some other names to you. This time it's Thomas, making a few guys miss. Now he's out to the outside, shaking and baking inside the 20 for a first Southern Bank first down and then some. And Junius Thomas, the playmaker.
That's a Wildcat first down.
He does it on defense, does it in the air, does it on the ground this time. What a huge play, getting to the sideline and then finding a way to get some extra yards there.
Marion working quickly, 1st and 10 from the 18. Roper rolls out to his left. He's got Atkins, spin move, inside the 10. And he'll be at the 6, a 12-yard pickup. And another first down, and the Wildcats are in position to make this a 2-possession game late in the first half, with the possession arrow facing the Wildcats to start the second half. Roper rolling out, looking. There's a flag in the end zone, maybe a free play. It's picked off in the end zone. We'll see if this play stands. There was a flag in the end zone. That was Althoff's Robbie Schallert with the pick and the return. But this one might be coming back.
Yeah, it looks like I think it's Henry out there, got his helmet rocked off in the end zone. I would imagine that's pass interference.
So Marion might catch a break as Roper threw that one away. Marion yet to have a turnover in this game. Catches a break, and Coach Dunning can sense the urgency needed to score here. So with the 1st and goal coming, Marion will use a timeout, their first of the half. We'll take a timeout as well. It was a face mask against the Crusaders, so half the distance to the goal. It will be 1st and goal from the 3 right after this.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard gives me a lot of opportunities. I have the ability to serve close to home, wherever that may be in the volunteer state. It also provides tuition benefits, making it possible to get the education I've always wanted. And since my service is part-time, I can pursue my dream job in the career field I choose. With part-time service in the Army National Guard, I really can have it all.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
First and goal from the 3. Under 6 minutes to go here at Belleville Althoff. Out of the Marion timeout. Roper rolls out. Under pressure. Has to get rid of it and throws it. Intended for Malachi Cooper. Nearly hit our Bill Swinford down on the sideline. Sophia Swinford also near the action. But instead it's second and goal from the 3. And the way the Wildcats have ran the ball here, Gage, no reason to overcomplicate it like the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. You just got to punch it in.
Yeah, and I think initially Hoffman was the intended receiver. Roper just took too long to get to the outside of the pocket, couldn't see where he was looking to throw, then just had to try to make something out of nothing.
They do keep it on the ground. Hazel pushing the pile. And the ball came loose. Althoff thinks they have it.
On the carry. Stopped by Bush.
But they
goal.
Say that Hazel was down. And instead it's third and goal. And what do they call this play in the NFL? Where you give it to the tush push. How about some tush push action here at Althoff?
I don't know. I like Atkins one-on-one over here on this left side.
Hazel met in the backfield on a big stop there.
Bush again
from Damon Bush. And now it's fourth and goal, and Marion's got to finish this drive with points. Interesting decision here. If you put Atkins out, it makes it an 8-point game versus a 5-point game. Marion's going to huddle up and talk about it. Looks like they will keep the offense on the field. This would be a chip shot for Sam Atkins if they wanted to kick it, but they will go for 6. 2 receivers out to the right. As Gage mentioned, Atkins alone on the bottom of the screen. Play action. Blake Winters has it. Marion scores.
Touchdown, Marion.
What a play call. It was the play action. Screen pass to Blake Winters, and Winters is in the end zone for the second time tonight. And Marion has came into George Mart's field at Belleville Althoff and stunned the Crusaders through the first 20 minutes of game action.
The Marion offense making huge plays over and over again tonight. I mean, what a statement by the Wildcats so far tonight.
Another penalty on special teams from the Crusaders. And now a chance for Marion again to line up for 2. Score update from Herrin, where Carterville leads the Tigers 28-0. All Lions in that matchup of Cats in Williamson County. Up here at Belleville as Marion is renewing their rivalry with Althoff. Marion has scored 21 unanswered. They'll have the jumbo package in. Winters scored on a 2-point conversion in this formation earlier. Keeps it himself. Trying to follow his blockers, and he's denied. 2-point conversion, no good. So the lead will stay 11. 21-10 with 4:07 to go before the half. The Wildcats rolling with 21 answered points. Their defense to try to keep it up when we come back right after this.
Your dream wedding gown awaits at Blush & Ivory Bridal, the most recommended bridal boutique in Southern Illinois. At Blush & Ivory, you won't be lost in the crowd. With every private appointment, the entire boutique is yours. Just you, your loved ones, and your personal stylist. Together, you'll discover a curated selection of gowns, veils, and accessories to create the bridal look you've always imagined. And say yes to the dress that brings out the bride in you. Schedule your private appointment today at Blush & Ivory Bridal, 307 North Market Street in Marion. Call 618-982-926.
That last drive ended on a Blake Winters 4th down conversion on a screen pass from 3 yards out. Drive took about 4 minutes off the clock. Now Sam Atkins kicks it away as Marion leads 21-10. Brown trying to bring it out across the 15. Now to the 20, maybe the 22, forced out of bounds by Logan Hoffman. And Althoff searching for answers as they know Marion will get the ball to start the second half. Has to find a way here to get some points going into halftime, as after jumping out to a 10-0 lead and punching Marion in the mouth, the Wildcats came back with 21 unanswered, Gage.
Yeah, and I mean, the Wildcats defense has been there steady throughout this one. If they can manage to do it again right here in a relatively quick fashion, Marion could really set themselves up good going into the locker room.
Althoff will have 3:59 to go. Working left to right. 1st and 10 from the 22. Ellington claps his hands, hands it off to Brown, trying to get through the middle and met by a group of white jerseys. Looks like Broomfield, Hudson Wade, and others in on the coverage for Marion.
Brown on the carry.
Althoff has been really lacking that big play tonight. Marion has done a good job containing the big plays. When Althoff had success early, it was 3rd down and 4th down conversions, keeping the drive alive. And it took several plays to get down the field. They have yet to break a big one tonight. Ellington trying to break one here with his legs. Across the middle, Blake Winters
Shade in the boot. Ellington
stops him at the 40. But not before a 1st down for the Crusaders. The Crusaders had to use some timeouts early. There is an injured Wildcat on the play. So Marion will tend to the injured Wildcat as we will take an injury timeout here with 3:19 to go before the half. Marion 21, Althoff 10. We'll be back after this quick break.
My name's Craig Beyer. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. Been doing that for 33 years. I grew up in Wisconsin on a farm, and my dad had a masonry business. And orthopedics is really a good focus because I was trained as a bricklayer, and orthopedic surgery is very similar. Everything's have to be plumbing levels. That skill set I learned as a bricklayer mason, I use actually on a daily basis doing orthopedic surgery. Orthopedic surgery really involves treatment of the musculoskeletal system, which includes extremities, spine. We work with bones, joints, muscles, tendons, ligaments, etc. We provide both surgical and non-surgical management for musculoskeletal conditions. In fact, about 1 out of 10 patients I see in the clinic actually come to surgery. The other 9 out of 10 we can treat and manage non-surgically. I don't require referrals. Patients can come to see me straight away.
The injured Wildcat helped off the field. Appears he will be fine. That was Caden Jacobs. Now it's 1st and 10 for the Crusaders. And trying to get out to the outside was Eli Bolden.
On the carry. Crusaders 2nd down.
Now another injured player. This time it's Althoff's ball carrier Bolden, who's down on the Marion sideline. And he is still yet to get up, so we'll take another quick break with Marion leading 21-10 with 3:09 to go in this first half.
Provide both surgical and non-surgical management for musculoskeletal conditions. In fact, about 1 out of 10 patients I see in the clinic actually come to surgery. The other 9 out of 10 we can treat and manage non-surgically. I don't require referrals. Patients can come to see me straight away. My philosophy again is optimize non-surgical treatment before I perform surgery. Once I do surgery, unfortunately, I'm a perfectionist. My wife gives me a hassle. If I'm in the room and this picture on the wall is crooked, I will fix it, even in your house. I think part of that is the masonry background, because everything's got to be, again, plumb level and as close to perfect as you can achieve. You can shoot for perfection, accept excellence. That's my rule.
We're back here live as the injured Althoff player was helped off the field. He will be fine. And now Ellington on the quarterback keeper is thrown down.
Ellington on a short gain.
After a short gain, Alex Henry sends him back a few yards.
That's a huge play by Henry because that kept him from getting that first down right there. And if the Wildcats can get a nice stop right here, maybe two if Althoff keeps the offense on the field, this could be a huge, huge success for the Wildcats defense.
Yeah, Marion's offense could still get another crack at it before the end of this half. 3rd and 2 from the 48. Marion, 3 down linemen, and it looks like Althoff's going to be called off sides, and instead of a manageable 3rd and 2, it's now going to be a 3rd and 7. And Althoff has shot themselves in the foot multiple times in this half with penalties.
Yeah, what a break for Marion. If they can get this right here, have a decent chance at either getting a punt return or stopping them once again for decent field position. And, man, Marion feeling like they would have some more momentum going their way.
Under 2.5 minutes to go before our Johnny Logan College halftime show. 3 down linemen. Marion sends the blitz. Ellington across the middle, broken up, incomplete. Max Wade. Another pass deflection, and the Marion sideline fired up, and the Marion faithful who made the 2-hour trip down.
4th down for the Crusaders.
Or should I say up 57 over to 64. Fired up as Marion will have a 4th and 7 now. Forces a 4th and 7, I should say, and Ellington back on the field to punt. And Marion's offense will have 2 minutes to try to make this an even bigger halftime lead.
I accidentally hit the comment.
And Marion not with a receiver back, now Winters dropping back. Almost looked like they were expecting them to go for it.
Winters will do the return, or just watch it bounce, I should say.
Wilkinson's punt will.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Marion from the 13 with 2:06 to go. 2-minute drill.
Oh, yeah, this is a perfect time. And Marion's had a nice tempo about their offense so far to this game. It looks like they got 2 timeouts to work with, so going to be interesting to see what Dunning and the staff has drawn up here.
4 receivers set on 1st down for Callahan, Roper, and company. Quick out pass to Atkins. Gets a block and gets to about the 16, 3 or 4 yards on 1st down.
Tipped it on the tackle for
Marion still has 2 timeouts, I believe.
Yeah, and Riley, this is what we talked about earlier, where you really want to keep hitting those singles, keep consecutive plays going together over and over again to kind of extend this drive and look to put another score up before the end of the half.
Went out to the left, now he goes out to the right, intended for Logan Hoffman, incomplete.
Pass incomplete.
And it's 3rd and 5
down.
with 1:39 to go before the half. Marion with 2 timeouts, I believe. A big 3rd down coming up in this game. 3rd and 5 from their own 18. 3 receivers out to the right, 1 out to the left. Thomas. Roper instead hands to Winters, who's met at the line. Interesting play call there.
Run stopped at the line of scrimmage. 4th
No
down,
gain.
timeout Crusaders.
And Althoff will use its last
At halftime,
timeout.
we'll have another great routine by our dance team and the
So Marion's drive
dancers.
stalls, and instead of a 2-minute drive for a score, Marion faced with a decision here. It'll be 4th and 4 from the 19 when we come back. Marion up 21-10 here at Belleville Althoff.
I'm excited to represent Southern Illinois when playing basketball for SIU, and it's important to me to give back to this region. That's important to also. It's one of the reasons that I'm proud to be a customer. They support their communities, and with their mobile, bank payments, and more, all on my time. Plus, they offer a Saluki Visa debt for SIU scholarships and athletics.
That was an easy win for me.
Banterra Bank, official partner of Saluki Athletics.
Fourth and 4 now. Marion want to go for it here, would they, Gage?
I mean, I wouldn't think so. Some awfully good field position for Althoff.
Roper will now drop back to punt. 4th and 4 from the 19. And they get Althoff to jump off sides. And a free first down, courtesy of the old-fashioned hard count.
And I got to tell you, the Althoff sideline, some of these coaches over here fell for the old formation on special teams, thought that they were set back to pass it the whole time, and I don't think that was ever the case.
The offside.
No, ever since
a first down
Coach Martin has been the coach, it's typically the quarterback, and now into the Coach Dunning era as well, I should say. It's always been the quarterback who also handled the punting duties, and that threw off Althoff there, and it's now 1st and 10 from the 24. Marion with new life here on this drive. Got to capitalize. Roper wants Hoffman on the deep ball, toeing the sidelines. Did he stay in bounds? They say it was a catch. What a play, Logan Hoffman.
Pass complete to Hoffman. Your 42-yard line.
So Atkins then on 2nd down follows up the Hoffman catch with a 9-yard gain of his own, and now it's 2nd and 1 from the 33. 1:17 to go before halftime. Marion's offense can smell it. Roper looking with time. Over the top and batted down. Incomplete, and that was a risky pass. And now a decision with a 3rd and 1. Marion just needs to keep the drive alive at this point and go and pick up the 1 yard.
Yeah, but I mean, and what a start to this drive right there. When you had Hoffman on that play earlier, looked like he was going out towards the sideline, broke free on the long side, and I would imagine Marion's got another nice play drawn up for this drive right here.
1:11 to go before the half. 3rd and 1 from the Althoff 33. Roper asking for the play call. He's got Thomas and Winters in the backfield. Atkins to his left. Henry and Hoffman out to the right. They give it to Winters. Makes one guy miss. Follows a block from Atkins, and did he pick up the first Southern Bank first down?
Winters on the carry.
He did. They signal first down.
That's a first down for Marion.
Winters is banged up on the play, so Marcus Hazel, who also has a touchdown in this game, comes out onto the field. 1:05, Marion with timeouts. From the 28 now.
And Marion doing a good job again of mixing in their personnel. Had Thomas and Winters back there, making a difference in multiple areas on offense.
Roper rolls out to the right. He's going to keep it himself, and Callahan Roper, a wise decision from the senior to get out of bounds, stop the clock, and pick up a couple positive yards.
And as the season is progressing, we're slowly seeing Callahan's game management skills getting better and better. Those first few games, not sure on when to get rid of the ball, feeling pressure. They're making a nice read to run out of bounds, kill the clock.
The 3-year starter picks up 2 yards, and it's 2nd and 8. 3 receivers bunched out to the right. Atkins alone on the left. Keep an eye on him. Roper looks at him. Fires it. Atkins somehow caught it. Now he's got to score. 26 yards to the house. Sam Atkins and Marion pouring it on. 27 unanswered points for the Cats on the road in week 4. And Althoff is stunned on their pink out night.
I mean, Marion is just absolutely on a roll right now, getting whatever they want going offensively. Althoff helping them out with some breaks, with some big penalties. Marion taking advantage of those.
Marion was literally lined up to punt on a 4th and 4 on their own 18, and Althoff jumped off sides gave them new life, and Marion took it the rest of the way, 82 yards to the house. And it was Sam Atkins finishing it off with the score. Now he's going to kick the PAT through the uprights and good over the end zone.
Up and good for Wildcats.
Crusader fan section. And Marion with 28 unanswered points, 4 scores on the road after Althoff jumped out to a 10-0 lead. Marion with an 18-point lead with 49 seconds on the clock. We'll be right back for the ensuing kickoff after this short break.
Hey y'all, it's me, Willie the Wildcat. I'm here to tell you about the official Wildcat Gameday shirts brought to you by Swinford Media Group. Whether you're cheering under the Friday night lights or packing the gym for basketball season, these shirts are the perfect way to show your Wildcat pride. Order yours now at swinfordmediagroup.com.
Marion rolling here at Althoff. 4 straight unanswered scores. They will have the ball to start the second half, but you got to get a quick stop here. As I believe Althoff is out of timeouts. Atkins kicks it away. Brown, who has big play potential, receives it at the 10. Cuts across the middle, and here's the big play I mentioned. There is a flag on the play. Finally brought down by Sam Atkins, who's doing a little bit of everything, but there is a penalty marker
there again is a flag
on the far sideline, and this big return might be coming back, and Althoff has dealt with their fair share of penalties in this first half. The reigning 1A state champions playing at home. You wouldn't expect this.
No, and the Wildcats, man, have they shown up in a big way in this first half. Up against the wall, up starting 10-0, and wow, have they answered in both ways on both sides of the field.
We'll recap it on our John A. Logan College halftime show after the next 39.2 seconds of game action. We'll show you some highlights of last week's big win over Mount Vernon. We'll have some Kemper CPA Group halftime stats. We'll show you some instant replays. We'll hear from our sideline reporter, Bill Swinford. And then we'll get ready to bring you the second half after the conclusion of this next 39.2 ticks on the clock. These referees are still talking about the penalty on the kickoff. And here comes the white hat official to give us the call. Early indication is it's against Althoff. Referees come back together, and now I guess they weren't sure about it. They got to talk it over one last time. Althoff knows that they're going to line up deep. They're standing near the end zone, ready to get this ball on their final possession before the break. And here finally comes the decision from the official. And they're still talking about it. Oh, man. This is why I referee basketball. Looks like an illegal block in the back against Althoff. And the dramatic signal there from the official. And then a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty tacked on top of it. And I think they also might have signaled that they threw out an Althoff player.
2 penalties on that play.
Number 7 has been ejected from the game.
And unsportsmanlike conduct.
Caleb Harrington. Caleb Harrington has been tossed from this game, so he is ineligible to return, and I did not see what he did, Gage, but they say that's enough, so his night is through, and when it rains, it pours for Althoff. Instead of the nice penalty or nice kick return, they're instead starting on the 5. They hand it off on first down to Crumble.
And I'm almost wondering, Riley, if he had an unsportsmanlike earlier in the game.
Okay.
Because if it was the second one, then he'd be gone.
Yeah, just like 2 technicals in basketball. That makes sense.
They got the first down on that run.
Althoff did pick up a first down. Clock running, approaching 10 seconds. Althoff's going to be content, I think, going into halftime, as they're not in any hurry to get the snap off. So Althoff will let the clock expire, and the visiting Wildcats from Marion have came into George Mart's Field at Belleville Althoff and scored 28 straight unanswered points.
Hi Wildcat fans, I'm Brad Poole, president of the Watermark Auto Group. I invite you to come experience the fastest, friendliest, and fairest car buying in our little corner of the world. Our friendly sales representatives will provide you in writing with our best price, trade value, monthly payments, all within minutes of your request. No pressure, no hurdles, no tricks, and no surprises. Experience the Watermark difference for yourself at Watermark Ford Hyundai or Watermark Nissan of Marion. Fast, friendly, fair. That's
Once upon a time, there was an angry man with a few sprigs of golden hair. They called him Tony No-Locks. Tony No-Locks wanted to find the perfect pre-owned motorcycle that was just right. So off he went to visit Black Diamond Harley-Davidson. So Tony No-Locks jumped on a pre-owned Road Glide at a great price. Ah, this is just right, he exclaimed. Find what is just right for you and your family at Black Diamond Harley-Davidson.
The teachers are really good, they're understanding.
All of our faculty